I'm struggling a little bit today. A story that I heard has really affected me about a family in Bridget Phillipson's constituency who wrote to Bridget to tell her their story about their daughter who had managed to get herself a place in a London drama school and was at a London drama school. And, you know, local girl done well. And mum and dad obviously phenomenally proud. But why wouldn't you be? And they were writing to Bridget to say because of VAT, they would no longer be able to afford that. And their daughter was going to leave. She has left. She's no longer in the drama school. And that's profoundly affected me. It's not the first story I've heard about this, not at all. I hear stories like this all the time. I think the reason it's profoundly affected me is because Bridget has brought into the arena her own childhood and she has talked about her own disadvantage. And it's like she owns the rule book for what being disadvantaged is. And yet this is coming from a woman who was allowed to go to a selective Catholic school and did really well and then was able to live out her dreams of going to Oxford University. And so Bridget's disadvantage was the street that she lived on, she says. It wasn't her education. Her education was good. So her education was not disadvantaged, but this girl, hers has stopped. And Bridget Phillipson hasn't replied. She hasn't replied to this family. She hasn't acknowledged their letter. So they've written to her to tell her that her policy has ended their daughter's education, and she hasn't replied. Yet she says in the press she welcomes challenge. Who from, Bridget? You don't listen to anyone. Catherine Birbalsingh, one of the most educated and experienced members of the education sector. You're not listening. You don't want to. And whilst all this politicking is going on in London, a young girl has had her dreams cut dead. And it doesn't stop there, does it? Mum and dad, how must they feel? They worked hard. They didn't ask you. They didn't ask me. They didn't ask anyone else to pay for their daughter's education. They did it themselves. They believed in her and they bought into her dream. In you, Phillipson, you cut it dead. I hope she goes on to win an Oscar. My God, I hope she does. But right now, your VAT policy has ended a child's education, and you talk about disadvantage. You are the disadvantage. I'm really at a loss to know how you are in the position you are in. You say you care about children. There is one child in your constituency right now whose dreams have been shattered because of you and your policy, and you couldn't even acknowledge her parents or her. Because to do that, Bridget, you'd have to look the truth in the face, which is that you are the disadvantage. You are not eradicating it, you are making it. I'm sorry. I wish her, this little girl, all the luck in the world. Harness this. You can do whatever you want to. Do not let this woman get in the way of your dreams. You will find a way, and your parents, who sound amazing, will support you. Do not let her stop your dreams, please.